How we doing, good people? And welcome to Montez at Midday. I'm your host, Dre Montez. We're being brought to you by our title sponsor, The Weed Squad. Feel free to go to theweedsquad.com for more information. They're located at 8088 Watson Road. Don't forget to visit us at www.dremontez.com to get a complete listing of all the sponsors. Did everyone have a great weekend? I think that's a question that needs to be posed to everyone. But hey, glad you had a great weekend. Glad you had a great weekend. It is. All right, you know what we got to do? High fives. Chest bump. Tug it out. Get ahead for the real thing. Two of those. All right, good people. If you're celebrating a birthday today, happy birthday to you. If you're celebrating an anniversary today, what's that? Former Major League Baseball player out of Beaumont High School, Lee JoJo Johnson is celebrating his 10th wedding anniversary today. There it is. My man JoJo and Miss Fran, happy anniversary to you. If you just got married, former softball teammate, most lovable guy on the circuit, Big Chuck, congratulations to you, my man. Congrats. If you did something other than that, you deserved it. If you bought a new car, what's up, huh? There it is, huh? If you got a new tattoo, if you met somebody new, tell somebody about it in the office. I'm quite sure they would love to hear about what you went through over the weekend. If it's your first time tuning in, this is Montez at Midday, and we come to you on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. At least we tried to. At least we tried to. Yes, that would have been important to have right there. But you can follow us on our different social media platforms out there. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube as well under Dre Montez. And wherever you listen to your podcast at, we have one, Who's to Blame, and you can catch that on SoundCloud, Spotify, Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play as well. That is right there. Mouthful over the weekend, huh? The weather kind of held up to it. Before we get into it, the weekend was different for me. I went to a PBR bull riding competition in beautiful Freeburg, Illinois. Mm-hmm. I say it one more time. I went to a bull riding competition in Freeburg, Illinois on Saturday evening. Let me tell you this. Television doesn't do it any justice. I mean, I've seen this type of activity before, but it was at a carnival. It was maybe one or two. It was very slow demonstration, but this here was an actual competition. There was one bull named Magnus, and there was one called El Loco. Why am I remembering the bulls' names instead of the guys that were actually riding the bulls? Because this bull, Magnus, was the biggest son of a bitch I've ever seen before in my life. Now, I don't know if you know about bull riding. I'm not going to sit up here and tell you I'm a pro at it, but watching it and understanding the whole technique to get these bulls to buck that way is crazy and wild. But watching it, I tell you what, I enjoyed myself. That was a lot of fun. Thank you to the great people of Freeburg, Illinois. I've been to a lot of things where I step outside of the box, from regatta to now a bull riding competition, midget car racing, meaning the cars, not the people. Be careful out there. But I've done a whole lot of different things. The rat race back in Wood River back in the day, you raise a lot of money for a softball team if you have a rat race. That's all I'm trying to say right there. I've been to that. What else have we done? We've just done some crazy things to either observe, take part in, or go to in the world of sports. There it is right there. But I'm glad everyone had a weekend, but it's over with now. It's back to reality. Back to reality. It's Mamba Mentality Monday, Motivational Monday, whatever it may be. Today is day one. Let's get it going right. You've already checked the mirror. We're ready to go out into the world and take off. Let's do it. I think we need some confirmation, a pat on the back, a attaboy, something to cheer you on to keep you going. Because we're getting off focus again. We're thinking we know too much. It's okay to understand your history. It's okay to understand what you're going into and about you get yourself into. Why would you put yourself in a situation you know nothing about? I'm thinking business mind here, the business mentality. I went down the white rabbit hole over the weekend and I got locked up in a documentary. And this documentary has always been telling me the same story of any artist, of any athlete in the early years, the 50s and 60s and 70s, the 80s and 90s. They all seem to tell the same damn story. At some point, they lose value on themselves and what they were all about in the beginning. If you're doing something with passion, you're not hurting anybody and you're having fun, but somebody try to put value on it, that's where the problem occurs. When somebody tries to put value upon you on something that you're doing that's not causing anyone any harm, you're not hurting anybody, not hurting yourself, and you're having fun and you're loving everything about it. The moment somebody puts value on that, that's when the issues comes in. I've seen it time in and time out. It's not always the story of the athlete going broke or the bad investments. It's not always the story of the record label or the artist being ripped off by the record label. I think it all boils down to you not knowing what you're getting yourself into. It's not saying everybody knows all the answers, but there's some people out there, there's some literature, there's some resources out there to keep you from going down that same pivotal point we keep talking about time in and time after. Every time we see a biopic movie, a documentary, or 30 for 30, or Where Are They Now? It's the same damn story. And when you look at it, you're saying to yourself, I'm never going to put myself in that position. Why lose value on myself? Why don't understand the value of me or understanding what I'm getting into? But it keeps happening. It keeps happening. And when it happens to people that you admire or you like their product or what they're about, you're even more baffled. Like, how in the hell did this happen? Can you imagine in your own place right now that you're in, no matter where it may be financially, physically, emotionally, but right now, let's say you own your name and your name was making you one hell of a living. Your name. But something happened where you kind of lost focus and now you don't even own your own name anymore. Can you imagine that? It happens out here. It really does happen out here. How do you stop yourself from letting that happen to you? Not everybody's out here to rip you off if you do your homework. Not everybody's out here to take advantage of you. Well, I can get the people that are hesitant on that because I could see the point on that where people do get taken advantage of. A lot of out here. But it's hard to protect yourself. You always got your guards up. You're always looking over your shoulder. But when it comes to your name, you got to protect the name more than life itself. On this Motivational Monday, if you're just tuning in, thank God you survived the weekend. That baseball Cardinal team, oh my goodness, something special, huh? Special shout out to the Gas House baseball crew. Keep up the great work, gentlemen. Baseball is very influential and important to me. From the little kids all the way to the adults, they get paid, whether you boo them or not, whether you make an amazing play when you're off the line, whether you're diving for balls, that should be a routine play. There are all levels of this game we root and cheer for, but no matter what, I'm still wondering how in the hell the Cardinals lose that game yesterday. So many things can go right at the same time. So many things can go wrong. Whether it's a half inning, 2 innings, a quarter, a period, a 2-minute warning, something bizarre always happens, especially when it's your team. And now we just come to the end of the NFL preseason. We lost somebody again, getting hurt, out for the year, but that's a part of the game. It's something you sign up for. But this seems to be the question everybody wants to know. Did your team give you what you thought they would give you out of preseason? What were you looking for? Were the progressions in the right spot? I don't think anyone can attack where their team failed at in a preseason mindset. I think you just want to make sure all your levels are checking out. Make sure the car is ready to go on the day it's show day. Make sure everything checks off. We got enough oil. Our temperature gauge is right. Check the tire pressure. Is the paint coating right? Did we clean the car? Did we clean the inside of the door? All we want to make sure that we're ready for opening day. Now, there are different teams out there that showed little flashes. Maybe they're ready for week 3. But for the teams that are really like, wait a minute, we don't want to push this kid too early. But if something crazy happens, I don't know. Let's just say, for instance, Jacksonville and Detroit come out the gate hot, start off 6-1. That's going to change the whole perception on how we're going to attack the second half of the season. See, that right there thought process to me really bothers me when it comes to preseason. Okay, we don't want to push this athlete too fast with this type of team because all the weapons are not here. But if something crazy happens and these kids learn to play together and they gel together and they can protect him better than what is projected, now we got a problem. And then we always hearing about what happened. Well, we thought he was ready. He wasn't ready. No matter what, I think you need to keep that same program going. Because a lot of teams are not ready, but if something happens due to injuries or they believe in the, what they call it, belief system, teams could go far. But other than that, I don't know. I'm just glad we got through the preseason without any major injuries. I'm loving Aqib Talib doing color commentary. I don't know about you guys, but I love his swagger and what he brings to the game. Well, it's Motivational Monday. I'm going to take a short break here. A word from our sponsor, as we love to call Mountain Man Scrub. Get your scrub on, kids. Get your scrub on with
Mountain Man Scrub.
MountainManScrub.com. Great for your hands.
As smooth as a river flows.
And also to bring back that 4K in that tattoo that you've always been telling us. Use the promo code Montez and order your
MountainManScrub.com.
Get your scrub on right there. Good stuff right there. Mountain Man Scrub.
Get your scrub on.
All right, kids, and we're back. There we go, right there. We're back at it. Motivational Monday, Mamba Mentality Monday. Mama, I survived the weekend. Monday, we got through it. But that ownership and understanding your value is really key. I think that's not talked about enough at all. Also, we got a little closer look for those that don't know about the whole start of college football weekend with week 0 as they gave you the HBCU experience, historically black college and university experience. Pretty cool. Alcorn State and North Carolina Central. I've been to my share of games. They're a lot of fun. A lot of fun. The food, the music, the whole atmosphere from Southern University, my dude Paul Massenberg, J. Mark, Michelle. I've been to Jackson State, Mississippi State game. It's been lots of fun. Lots of fun. Trying to show everybody what it's all about. I love the job that ESPN provided for everybody. I love the music. Migos, way to go. I gave Migos probably a high C+ on their performance. I don't know if they were nervous or a little bit still partied out from the night before, but I enjoyed the whole HBU experience as they tried to give it to us through the vision of ESPN on Saturday. It was pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. But I think they're going to try to push something right now. It's called hashtag GHOE. Hashtag GHO. Greatest homecoming on earth. Now, outside of college, I'm going to always put that up to some high school here. Bulldog in the building. But for the whole collegiate experience, from the HBCU standpoint, there's some good ones out there. There's some good homecoming celebrations in the whole HBCU context. If you want to throw one out there, which one you deem is the greatest homecoming on earth? GHO. Greatest homecoming on earth. Who you got out there? I've been on the yard. I've been to the yard, which is Southern University. I've been there. That was a lot of fun. I've been to Johnson C. Smith. I've been to North Carolina A&T's homecoming. I've been to Central's homecoming. I've been to Bethune-Cookman's homecoming. There's some good ones. They all have a little bit to offer you. It all depends on what you're looking for. But expectations, the comedy shows, the fashion shows, the after parties, the fish fry. Oh my goodness. And everybody knows everybody. There's not a stranger at any HBCU celebration that I've ever been to. So get out there and get to Joe. Go to one a day. Go to one a day. Speaking of the experience, this week we're having our drawing of our contest that we're having down at Friendly Sports Bar on Roger Place. You could win a barbecue kit with the seasoning, your dry rubs, and your sauce provided by CJ the Barbecue Madman STL. Check your local grocer today. And a 1 hour photo shoot with Big Stu Photo Studios. There it is right there. Big Stu in the building. We're going to do the drawing this Wednesday. This Wednesday, we're doing a drawing, and I'm going to come to your place and do a show as you're cooking out using the dry rubs and the seasonings. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun. We're going to check that out for sure. Definitely something to look forward to. We're having our first giveaway here. It'll be a lot of fun. What I saw as a lot of fun also was the Little League World Series. Wow. The Little League World Series showed out. I've always been one to watch it anyway. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Things I noticed at the Little League World Series I have questions on. There were a large amount of single moms at the Little League World Series. Where is the after party for Little League World Series? I mean, what is the dating apps for the women that are single at the Little League World Series? Does it depend on how well your son played at the Little League World Series for your dating status to rise up when you get back to your respective cities and states after your kid played in the Little League World Series? I'm just telling you, I don't get a chance to see that many Little League football games or AAU basketball games, but the single moms represented at the Little League World Series. There it is. I saw two people that were married over 20 years. One couple was a school teaching couple, but the other one I didn't hear anything about. But shout out to the single moms, and they were out there representing at the Little League World Series. Shout out to the 808. They tried out there. They tried. I got you. I got you, 808. You tried. You tried. Speaking of trying, with week 0, there's been a lot of talk about hashtag NIL, name and likeness, how the collegiate athlete is finally going to get some financial benefits for their name and likeness this upcoming season. And there were some stories on some of them right now, but I think what I like about how they're sharing these stories of these early candidates for whether it's a commercial, whether it's a social media thing, whatever it may be, I like that they have someone around them that is trying to control, make sure everything doesn't get out of hand, and understanding this whole financial thing and being involved in this whole NIL situation. Because it's going to be a learning curve for sure. As I said, you know how I get caught up in these documentaries. I am a hip-hop fan. Crazy about Tupac. But when all that violence hit the hip-hop community, and after Tupac, I stopped paying attention and listening to the tabloids and reading movies made by this person and a Tupac story on Lifetime. I mean, what is going on here? Different variations of what happened. I stopped. When it happened to Biggie, I didn't see anything. So I finally had a chance to see the story about Biggie. It's called City of Lies. And it blew my mind. Never seen this movie. Forrest Whitaker is in it. Johnny Depp is in it. And it blew my mind. I had assumed that Biggie was killed by a car that just drove by. They knew he was, did what they had to do. Boy, was I wrong. I don't want to spoil it for you. I mean, we already know what happened to Biggie, but there's a story within a story that creates one hell of a situation. It's called City of Lies. If you've seen it, wow. I've never heard anyone talk about this. If you did, and I blew you off, my bad. There's some conspiracies out there in sports and real life or whatever it may be. There's some type of conspiracy theory out there. But when reality meets the theory and the theory meets reality, or the lines add up and A really is B and two does come after one, you're like, holy crap. And watching this movie and this adaptation of what actually happened, wow. It's called City of Lies, Forrest Whitaker, and Johnny Depp in this movie. Just things I didn't know about Operation Rampart. Didn't know anything about that. Didn't know about the difference between a mistrial and being dismissed. Big difference. Whether it's a closed case, open investigation, big difference on those four different scenarios right there, according to LAPD and the LAPD legal system. I learned those four different things mean something totally different. Again, the movie is called City of Lies. It's about the whole Biggie situation, that it was much bigger than life itself. Now, I want to fast forward here to 2021. The whole music idea of creating music, getting fans, and being paid, all that has changed big time. Big time. The lyrics are something else. Words, what you mean by it. Do you mean what you say? Do you understand what you're saying, what you're wearing? All of that factors in. All of that factors in. And to be able to understand that, I don't give a damn what age you are or what music demographic you're going down, but you need to understand what you're getting yourself into. I'm not trying to say this as a reason to discourage you. If anything, it should motivate you. If you're on that path to wanting to put your music out there and do your thing and be you, it can be done. It can be done. But understand what has happened in the past when people are trying to do the same thing. Again, don't let it discourage you. Let it motivate you more than life itself. But this documentary movie that I saw, just unbelievable that all of this happened right in front of our eyes. And for the people that lived in LA that actually saw this, the people that were there, of public record that was there in the industry that was right there when it happened to Biggie. Wow. Wow. Again, never seen this movie. All I heard about Biggie was shot, call went by, boom. That's all I heard. Because at that time I'd had enough. It was a crazy situation in the late 90s in the hip hop music industry. It was just on a whole new different level. And it just got to a point where, I can't take it. It's like right now with NCIS. We're doing another one. Now they're going to Hawaii. NCIS, they're going to be in every city and state real soon. Watch. Check that out there for you. We'll talk if you've never seen it. Again, it is something to see. Maybe, possibly, Scott Frost is over his head in Nebraska. Maybe, possibly. I mean, nobody wants to be in that I told you so. Why did you leave there? See, it's always somebody that's always saying to you, when you're happy and fine where you're at, they want to bring this to you. Well, hey, why don't you go over there? You haven't even been thinking about going over there. You like the home that you're at. It understands you. You understand it. You're comfortable. Everything is fine. But the moment someone challenges you and you try to meet the challenge, sometimes it's not meant to be for you to go there. What was wrong with Central Florida? What's wrong? Oprah wasn't Fox. Wasn't nothing wrong with Oprah. I like using that analogy sometimes. I really do. I'm thinking since ESPN's Game Day is going to be challenged now by college football Game Day on Fox. But I think it's interesting for the people they have on the Fox pregame show. Matt Leinart and Reggie Bush. And Bob Stoops. Man, there's no way when that camera is off, they're not talking about the days of yesteryear. Because what happened at USC with that team and Reggie Bush and the whole Heisman Trophy, allegedly tearing up the condo his family stayed in, I bet that's a conversation. Matt Leinart in the hot tub, allegedly with underage girls. I mean, Really, really. I bet those some interesting conversation. But I did like the addition of ESPN College Game Day. There it is right there. This Mama Mentality Monday. And thank you all. We got to get through this hot week. Prayers and strength to everyone down there in Louisiana and Mississippi area. We got the Hurricane Ida going on. Check on your loved ones. Check on them. Check on them. Also, so Wednesday we have the drawing coming up for the Barbecue Madman STL barbecue sauce giveaway and dry rub at Friendly's. We're going to do that on the show because we're going to do a live show from there Wednesday. All right? And also you get a 1 hour photo shoot provided by Big Stu. Big Stu Photos Studio. Awesome, 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 awesome. So many things coming up, and I'm glad we got through our first weekend. Week 0 college football. Didn't go the way I thought it would for Nebraska, nor Hawaii. But what a damn college week 0 weekend. Now this weekend, that's when things get chaotic. it's going to be something to see. It's going to be a lot to talk about, to witness, and take part in. But hey, we made it through the NFL preseason. Teddy Bridgewater's our starting quarterback, and we're going to take it from there. But it is Monday. It's Mamba Mentality Monday, and thank you again to our title sponsor, the Wheat Squad STL, and all of the sponsors that you see scrolling on the bottom of the screen. And don't forget to get your scrub on at mountainmanscrub.com. Use the promo Dre Montez. I would like to thank all of you for tuning into the show. And until next time, talk to you later. And in the words of my great-grandpappy, if your back pockets are touching, it means you have no ass at all. We'll see you next time.